Okay, so I've been wanting to talk about this show for a long time now. You've probably already figured that out from the title of this video alone, but I love this show. It's short, but really sucks you into the story and characters they are trying to tell. And that's why I think this show is a masterpiece. I had to rewatch this show for this video since the last time I've watched it was like 3 years ago. And let me say, I did not get bored. I of course noticed more stuff this time around, which I'll talk about later. And I'm also pretty excited for a possible new season. I've been waiting for this for a long time and it may come next year, so let's hope for that. So with that said, let's talk about the art style. This is it. This is the stuff I just love. I cannot explain it, I just love this art style so much. From the colors to the designs of the characters, this show is just amazing in every aspect. When it comes to art style, every scene in this show is like eye candy, and I love how they can change it up a bit sometimes. Like the Jellyfish song, which I still cry over, where everything is black and white and changes art style only for the song. The colors in this show are amazing, sometimes they are beautiful and purple, and others it's cold and violet. Every color palette in this show is amazing, it really helps set the vibe this show wanted to make. So with the art style out of the way, I got something special for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, please welcome Otaku Loaf.
Puppycat, why can't you be real? You're too adorable to exist in this 3D plane that we call reality. Oh wait, are we rolling? Oh, well that was embarrassing. Wait, why am I here again? Oh yeah, I'm doing a collab with AyoSill. Well, let's hop to it then. Being Puppycat is a show upon first viewing seems kinda simple, and in all honesty it is. But then again, that's what I like about it. With so much gobbledygook about lore and continuity all over the place, it's nice to just sit back and watch a simpler show. It was also made by Channel Federator, a channel that's kinda infamous here on YouTube. It's really cool to see a show made by independent creators on YouTube, because you don't really see that nowadays. The show's style and theme kinda reminds me of early Adventure Time. Even the two main characters remind me of Finn and Jake. The show follows the adventures of Bee, an unemployed woman in her early 20s who befriends a grumpy cat-dog hybrid whose name is, Puppycat. They had the whole creative team for that one, I'm sure. They traverse reality and fishbowl space in order to work odd jobs so that they can pay off Bee's monthly rent. And no, I refuse to elaborate any further. The show's gorgeous animation is due to the combined efforts of Dongwoo Studio in Seoul, South Korea, and OLM Inc. in Tokyo, Japan. Both studios have worked on other cool things such as the Yokai Watch movie and the Ben 10 series. They also worked on the Boondocks and Beyblade. As you might be able to tell from the studio's other works, they know what they're doing when it comes to clean animation. The dialogue in the show is also pretty funny.
No one's allowed to look at me while I'm making art!
I have to go to the bathroom, crazy bad!
She takes her cat to the bathroom?
It smells like a dog.
You smell like a dog.
You look like a dog.
The show also does a good job at world building, which is pretty much just the construction of the locations that the story takes place in. With a story such as this one, you'd obviously need to be able to construct cool and unique locations for the characters to visit, and I think being Puppycat accomplishes this goal rather well. This show is obviously influenced by anime as evidenced by the art style. The visuals and lighthearted tone kinda reminds me of slice of life anime. It also borrows elements from Magical Girl anime. And come on, you cannot tell me this don't remind y'all of Studio Ghibli. And speaking of anime, it even has a beach episode. Puppycat on the beach is something I never knew I needed. A continuation of the show is coming to Netflix in 2022, so it wouldn't hurt to watch the show as a refresher before jumping into being Puppycat lazy in space. Overall, the show is really fun to watch, and it's definitely worth it to check out. So do it. Or else.
Thank you so much, Lo, for giving your opinion on the show. We'll just ignore that first part. If you like my content, then I'm sure you'll love Loaf's content too, so please check them out, their link will be in the description. Now back to Puppycat. So the characters in this show are very good, except for Deckard. I feel like they could have done something more with him. Bee and Puppycat are definitely the characters that get the most attention for obvious reasons. If you've seen the show, then you know that Bee is some kind of cyborg. The arcade episode really gave us a lot of foreshadowing on that. She's the only one left from her family, I believe, and only has Deadbox as her family. At first, you think she's only some clumsy 20-something-year-old until you learn of all of this. Now, Puppycat is really interesting since you don't know their backstory unless you watch the pilot. Puppycat seems to be some space outlaw turned into a puppycat, and that's basically all we know. I wonder if Bee's father had something to do with it, since Puppycat is in the back of Bee's photograph of her father. I also really like Cardamon's character, since context changes his character a lot. If you see him for the first time, you'll definitely think he's just a bit rude towards everybody, but once you see his mother's condition, everything changes. I also love his jellyfish song, which is supposed to be how his mother told him jellyfish came from. I have a sneaking suspicion that the jellyfish song is about Cardamon's father, but we won't know that until we see it, so we'll just have to wait for now. I really like how this show doesn't fill every episode with story. Sometimes you just want to watch an episode about Pretty Patrick and Cat's Paws. I also love how chill everything is. The music is always kind of lo-fi in every situation, and the colors always have a pretty purple vibe to them. So a second season has been announced, and I'm hoping it's as good or is even better than the first season. I'm also pretty excited to see how they show more of Puppycat and Bee's backstory, and maybe some of Cardamon's. But right now, we'll have to wait for at least a year for it to come out. So to finish it off, I love this show. Sometimes I just go back to watch a couple of episodes just because. This show may be short, but it sure brings a lot of personality to it. And also a really good story and a good way of telling it. So overall, I think this show is a masterpiece. A short masterpiece, if you will. So that's what I think of Bee and Puppycat. If you enjoyed watching this video, I'd really appreciate if you liked and subscribed. These videos take some time to make and I'd really appreciate it. As always, my stuff will be down in the description if you want to check it out. And finally, thank you for watching.
Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby